Alright people, this is Felix, and I don't have much time because my outfit is suffocating because it's way too hot outside. Anyway, this is a top 5 video about the fragrance that will most likely make her remember their ex-boyfriends. And yes, I said her, and I said ex-boyfriends. So, what I mean by that is that when you go on flirting with a girl, and you wear some fragrance, sometimes they kind of go crazy, but other times they might not get that crazy at first because it reminds them of someone they already know and that was very intense in their life. Is it a good or a bad thing, first off, to smell like their ex-boyfriends? I really do think that, yes, it is a good thing. Why? Because first, you are not their ex-boyfriends. You don't even know what he looks like most of the time. Second of all, the ex-boyfriend was into her life, romantically, sexually. You know, it's someone that she's already attracted to. And even though he was kind of an asshole, maybe you're gonna be the next asshole in their lives. Who knows? Anyway, and in this list, I named it top 5 fragrances that will make her remember their ex-boyfriends, but sometimes it will make them remember some other person, but I'll come to that in the nearby future. The first bad boy here, Dior Sauvage. So what is extremely special about Dior Sauvage is that most people that aren't that much into fragrances but are really into panty dropping just bought that fragrance because the hype was real. So a lot of the guys that got a lot of the girls were actually wearing Dior Sauvage since its release, and thus this one ultimately makes everyone remember of someone, where it be unpleasant or pleasant, always someone that was hot in their lives. So that is kind of one of the ultimate ones because it's so popular. Another one that's really popular and in the same vein is Versace Eros. I only own the smallest Versace Eros flame bottle because I ran out of my juice, but that one was kind of one of the most lady killer fragrance out there for a long time. And I must say, maybe even more so than Sauvage. Which makes it something that will get remembered a lot because it is bold and it is sexy and warm and spicy but fresh at the same time. One of the most marvelous fragrances ever made, in my opinion. And you know that my opinion is worth as much as anyone, but this is one of the killer fragrances. And people that wear that fragrance are people like me. They're douchebags. And so they've been into some girls' lives and they were like, yeah, this guy is quite hot, but he's quite an asshole too. But it doesn't matter because people just get attracted to assholes. Anyway, let's get to another fragrance. You know, a lot of hot girls have had this phase where they were dating a rapper or like I don't know, DJ or some stuff, and all the DJs and rappers that I know all wear Oud Wood. So Oud Wood is a super nice, dark, mysterious, and straight up sexy and upscale fragrance. It costs a lot of money, so you must invest into getting that fragrance if you want it. But it's like more fancy, more upscale, and is worn by a lot of professional rappers and DJs out there. So in their phase where they're dating a rapper, they might have gotten that fragrance. But you know, like me, that DJs and rappers are prone to adultery. And so that means that these relationships probably ended badly because of adultery. So the only trick with that fragrance is that you say, yeah, I know, I do remember. I do make you think about DJ Bacon that you met the other day, some months ago, and it ended up that he was cheating on you and whatever. But I am not the kind of guy who cheats. tell that and then get that fragrance. But you must get that scenario right, because adultery is not good. Anyway, another fragrance that is in that realm is Club de Nuit Intense Man. And that smell really upscale because it smells just like a Ventus, but it costs a fraction of the price. Never get a $800 dollar fragrance if you can get that one for $40 and just nail it. You know what I mean? And that will make you smell like their sugar daddy, which makes them think that you've got a lot of money, but in fact you're poor as hell and you buy fragrances that smell $800 for $40. That's another trick. And there's yes, the last one on the list is pretty much, you know, it's controversial because it might smell like their ex-boyfriend, but it also might smell like their father. It's here, Jean-Paul Gaultier, Le Mâle. And do remember that bottle because it's iconic. Anyway, there's one thing about Le Mâle is that it might make them think of someone who was way older than you are. It actually came out the year I was born, in 1995. So, I mean, that means that my dad probably had that on when he got with my mom. You know, that's like weird stuff. But remember, like, let's get like more open-minded and more intellectual into that whole psychology scenario. I mean, a dad figure for a girl is kind of like it's an authority figure, you know. It's like they need to get approval from their dads and stuff. So it might actually work for you after an initial blast off, like, oh, you smell like my dad, but then you smell like my dad, but you're still hot and young, and then you're like, and then she's be like, oh yeah, I need to get approval from that guy, but on another level of consciousness, which cannot be explained, and that might start to get interesting afterwards. So, and in fact, I have learned a lot of these facts from, you should see Jeremy Fragrance, that actually brushes off a lot of those concepts, and I really thought I would do a video about it myself, because I have tested all those things, and while I'm not really sure it works, I think it kind of does. Anyway. And I've got like a bonus one that also smells like your father, and it's that one. It's Versace, the Dreamer. Smells old but not too much, and kind of not smell like your dad, but it's bold and courageous to wear that. So it's just a bonus one because it's the top 5. I cannot make a top 6. It would be dumb. Anyway, just get doing stuff and get on with Versace Eros, Sauvage, and all those super nice jewels that will get you everything you want. Bye bye.